25,000 years ago, during the peak of the Ice Age, Earth was a frozen prison where even sunlight seemed to freeze. Bitter Arctic winds swept across the barren European landscape, howling like the Earth itself was in agony. In this brutal era, night was not merely a time for rest. It was an invitation for death. Outside the narrow shelter of rocky caves, 10-foot-tall cave lions and bone-crushing hyenas roamed through the darkness. Packs of Pleistocene wolves hunted for blood. Early humans had no sharp claws, no powerful fangs, and no thick fur. Every single sunset could be their last. Yet, amid this paralyzing cold and constant terror, a remarkable story of human devotion unfolded. This is the story of Kael, the tribe's bravest hunter, and Aria, a resourceful woman who brought light into dark caverns. Their bond was more than just romance. It was the ultimate survival mechanism against a merciless world.
I'm glad we found this place.
Inside the cave, the air was thick with tension. The main fire was dying down to faint red embers. Early humans faced a lethal dilemma. Burning a massive fire deep inside a cave trapped toxic smoke, making sleep deadly. Therefore, tribes were forced to sleep near the entrance, the very point most exposed to icy blasts and predators. Kael sat near the threshold, holding a burning wooden torch. His eyes scanned the pitch-black void outside. But his thoughts repeatedly drifted back to Aria. She was carving small stone bowls, filling them with fat, and inserting wicks made of dried moss. Aria had also engineered beds made of thick ashen plants to block the freezing ground and repel annoying insects. As Aria walked over to place a fat lamp beside Kael, he gently grabbed her hand. His fingers were stiff from the bitter cold, but her soft touch sent a wave of warmth through him.
Come closer, Aria. It's freezing.
I'm not cold when I'm with you.
Kael pulled her close, brushing ice from her hair. Feeling her warm breath against his neck. Go deeper inside, Aria, he whispered softly. The wind is unforgiving tonight.
Aria! Aria! Get behind me!
Kael, look out for the sparks!
Aria placed her finger over his lips, looked into his eyes and said, "If we survive together. I am not leaving your side tonight or ever."
I promise, I will never let you go.
In a world where tomorrow was never guaranteed, their closeness was both a physical necessity for heat and a sanctuary for their fragile souls. By midnight, a violent blizzard struck, blowing icy gusts straight into the cavern. In seconds, the main entrance fire was extinguished, plunging the entire cave into total darkness. An agonizing silence fell over the terrified tribe. Then, the silence shattered. A low, terrifying growl echoed off the stone walls. Two glowing yellow eyes cut through the shadow. A massive cave lion had breached the entrance, heading straight for the sleeping children in the center. Without hesitation, Kael stepped into the monster's path.
I will bring you down!
He thrust his wooden spear into the beast's shoulder, but the lion swiped back with immense force, throwing Kael against the jagged stone wall. Deep claw marks ripped across his chest, and blood pooled onto the cold floor. As the predator lunged to finish Kael off, Aria displayed unimaginable courage. She grabbed a burning fat lamp and hurled it directly into the beast's face. Blinded and scorched by the fire, the lion roared in pain and retreated into the stormy night. Aria rushed to Kael's side. His body temperature was plummeting rapidly, and he was slipping into unconsciousness, dragging his heavy frame away from the entrance.
Hang on, Kael, please, hang on!
She pulled him onto her custom ash bed.
I am not letting you die. You are safe now. You are safe now.
And covered them both with heavy animal hides. Kael's breathing was shallow, his life hanging by a thread as the Arctic night grew colder. Aria knew that if his body temperature dropped any further,
Kael, please wake up.
he would not wake up.
You're so cold.
In a desperate act of devotion, she shed her outer hides and pressed her bare skin against his, using her own body heat to keep his heart beating against hers.
Please don't let me go.
I won't let you go. I promise you.
If you were trapped in the freezing darkness of the Ice Age 25,000 years ago, surrounded by deadly predators, would you have the courage to put your life on the line to protect the one you love? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Modern sleep research reveals that ancient humans did not sleep for 8 uninterrupted hours. Instead, they practiced biphasic sleep, waking for an hour or two in the middle of the night to tend the fire, talk, and check on one another. During this period of wakefulness, Aria carefully applied
This will help soothe the pain.
soothing plant remedies to Kael's wounds.
Thank you, Aria. It feels better already.
As the heat returned to his body, Kael slowly opened his eyes. He reached up, cupped Aria's face in his hands, and pulled her into a deep, tender kiss.
Aria, I never want to let you go.
Kael, please don't ever let me go.
But tonight, I realized your love is warmer than any flame. Wrapped in each other's arms, they survived the second half of the night. Their mutual protection and care not only saved Kael's life, but proved that love and cooperation were humanity's ultimate survival tools against extinction. As morning arrived, golden sunlight reflected off the crisp white snow. Weak but alive, Kael stepped out of the cave entrance.
We finally made it out alive.
I told you we would.
The terrifying night had passed, leaving behind a legacy carved into human history. That humanity survived the Ice Age not just with sharp weapons, but through love, sacrifice, and unbreakable bonds. Scientists today continue to marvel at how our ancestors managed such resilience. Every discovery from deep caves reveals a story of survival. The fires that burned thousands of years ago still speak to us. They remind us that warm emotions have always been our greatest defense against cold environments. Without social cooperation, early human tribes would have perished. Sharing food, heat, and vigilance kept the bloodline alive. And at the heart of every tribe were couples like Kael and Aria, whose courage illuminated the darkest corners of prehistory. When you look up at the dark night sky today, remember the freezing shadows our ancestors faced. Remember the fires they kept burning through the cold. And remember that love has always conquered the harshest winters. Their survival story is written in our very DNA, a testament to human grit, intelligence, and empathy. As we uncover more secrets hidden beneath ancient soil, we find that humanity's heart has never changed. We are all descendants of survivors who refused to freeze, who held each other tight until the morning sun returned, and who turned terrifying nights into stories of hope. If you enjoyed this deep dive into prehistoric romance and survival history, make sure to support our work. Subscribe to Deep Dive History so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Like the video, drop a lovely comment below. To truly understand how Kael and Aria survived, we must look deeper into Ice Age geology. Glaciers covered vast expanses of North America and Europe.
Look! The water is actually falling! Well, let us follow it!
Human tribes were constantly forced to move, following herds of mammoth and woolly rhinos. Finding a secure cave was like finding an oasis in a desert. Inside these limestone caves, temperature stayed constant year-round, protecting against lethal blizzards. Aria's understanding of cave physics was crucial. She knew which chambers retained heat without suffocating smoke. Without her knowledge, the tribe couldn't have stayed sheltered. While women like Aria managed shelter innovations,
We must push on through the storm.
hunters like Kael faced immense perils. Hunting large game required extreme coordination and strategy. A single mistake meant instant death for the hunter, and starvation for the entire family left behind. That is why returning home safely each night was the highest form of devotion.
Kael!
I missed you so very much, Aria.
The bond between hunters and homemakers formed the core of early society. It was not just survival, it was the birth of human culture. They carved beads, played bone flutes, and told stories. Music and art flourished even during the harshest winters. These artistic expressions proved that human spirit could not be frozen. Aria wore a carved bone pendant given to her by Kael. It was a symbol of his promise to always return. And every time Kael looked at it, he knew what he was fighting for. Archaeologists have found similar pendants in real Ice Age graves, often buried in pairs, suggesting deep romantic devotion, proof that love is not a modern invention. It is an ancient survival instinct embedded deep within our species. When Kael recovered from his wounds, he carved a new mark on the cave wall, a mark celebrating their victory over the winter night. As weeks passed, spring slowly began to push back the freezing grip of the Ice Age. Melting glaciers fed roaring rivers across the valleys. Herds of reindeer returned to the greening tundra. For Kael and Aria, it was the start of a new chapter. The tribe prepared to emerge from their subterranean sanctuary into the open world. They gathered their tools, hides, and precious fat lamps, leaving behind the stone walls that had protected them. Before leaving, Aria placed her hand on the cave wall one last time, leaving a permanent handprint in red ochre as a testament to their presence. Thousands of years later, modern humans still discover these handprints, silent messages across millennia saying, "We were here and we loved." Kael took Aria's hand as they walked into the lush valley.
The horizon looks so bright today.
I agree, Kael.
The freezing dark had tested them, but it had failed to break their spirit. The story of Kael and Aria is not just a tale of two lovers, it is the story of all humanity. Our species did not triumph through strength alone. We survived because we cared for one another when the world grew cold. In our modern lives, we often forget how deep our roots go. We forget that every heartbeat inside us carried over from those dark caves. The fire they kindled never really went out. It still burns in our capacity to love, protect, and persevere. So whenever winter feels too long or night too dark, remember that you come from a lineage of survivors, people who faced the abyss and found light in each other. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through history. If Kael and Aria's story touched your heart, please hit the like button and share it with someone you care about. Don't forget to subscribe to Deep Dive History for more stories. Stay warm, stay curious, and keep the fire burning. Outro screen fade. Bonus insight: how did Ice Age humans preserve meat during long frozen months? Nature provided them with the ultimate freezer, permafrost pits. Tribes dug shallow trenches into frozen soil, packing meat between layers of ice and stone. Smoke curing was another vital innovation. Smoke prevented bacterial growth while drying the meat for long journeys. Without these preservation methods, winter migrations would have been impossible.
Watch closely, my children.
Wow, it is so sharp!
Practice makes perfect.
Knowledge was their strongest shield against a hostile world. Aria's fat lamps were not just for light, they provided small pockets of localized heat in freezing corners. Rendered animal fat burned cleanly without creating heavy, toxic smoke clouds. This allowed tribes to maintain light deeper inside cavern networks, unlocking safe living spaces away from predator-filled entrances. Kael's spear was tipped with finely knapped flint. Crafting these stone points required immense skill, precision, and patience. A well-made spear point could penetrate the thick hide of a cave bear. It was the razor-thin line between hunter and prey. Together, technology and empathy ensured our species survived. Their triumph over the Ice Age laid the foundation for civilization itself. Every tool we build today traces its roots back to those stone hand axes. Every home we build mirrors the warmth of that prehistoric cave fire. We are the living legacy of Kael, Aria, and their brave tribe. Their story reminds us that no winter lasts forever. Thank you once again for watching Deep Dive History. Until next time, keep exploring the past. Final fade to black. Click the video on screen to explore another incredible moment in time. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next video.